Hello everyone, welcome back to Algebra 2 section 10.4. Today is Sunday, May 31st, and it's actually kind of a weird day because this is the last video I record for Algebra 2, and this year was a little bit different because quarter 4 was online, and technically everything was online, so it was different. I was not used to teaching that way. Anyway, today we'll talk about the sum of finite series, geometry series, and this will be due on Wednesday. There will be no quiz for it. Technically we are done, but again we have to finish the curriculum. So the formula for today is the sum of the n terms is a1, which is the first term, times 1 minus r to the n, and r is the common ratio, and divide by 1 over 1 minus r. So I think the best way to do this is to look at some examples, okay? And your homework today and tomorrow, if I recall correctly, it's 3 problems each. And Thursday, Friday, welcome back to SATs. It's funny, when I was looking at the plans for the week, we used to do SATs once a week, usually on block days. So period 7, period 8. We usually had 20 minutes SATs, and then you took practice tests. You're supposed to take it 4 times a year. We only took it 3 times a year. Again, you will do some SATs on Thursday and Friday. So I'm sure you're excited, especially seniors. You probably want to do extra SAT work. If you're a senior, technically you're done, but if you're a junior, take some time and do it because you will take SATs again for college. So hopefully, the more you practice right now, better you do. Anyway, so there's one example solved for you, okay? And I just want to mention one thing. The general formula that we learned last week was a sub n. Why is it not black? A sub n is equal to a1 times r n minus 1. Okay, so a sub 1 is the first term, r is the common ratio. So in this example, okay, the number in front of negative 2 is technically 1. That's why a sub 1 is 1. Okay, n is 8. That's this number. Okay, up to 8 terms, and r is negative 2. Okay, so let's take a few minutes and do one example step by step. So this question, it says try. The most important thing is to identify a sub 1, r, and n. Okay, so if you recall the formula from last week, a sub n was equal to a sub 1, which is the first term, times common ratio raised to n minus 1. I think if you see this formula, it will help you a little bit. Okay, so what is the first term? The first term is 2. What's the common ratio? It's also 2. Okay, and what's n? N is 7. Okay, so the formula for this sum, please remember this letter is Greek letter sigma, which in mathematics it means summation, adding n terms. So the formula that you saw on the previous page, I probably didn't explain this enough. It was S sub n, so sum of n terms is equal to a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r. Okay? Since I know a1 is 2, r is 2, and n is 7, all I have to do is substitute the numbers in the formula, and then you have to be very careful the way you do calculations on your calculator, because obviously the order of operation is important. So S sub n. So the sum of the first 7 terms will be equal to 2 times 1 minus 2 to the 7th over 1 minus 2. Okay, when you do this in a calculator, okay, first you have to do 1 minus 2 to the 2nd. I'm sorry, 2 to the 7th. And 2 to the 7 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And I don't know what the number is. Okay, so what I'm going to do on my TI-83, I'm going to put this in a calculator. Okay, and you please try it because, again, I have TI-84. You may have TI-83, or some of you may use cell phone, and I do not know what you have in front of you, so you have to practice this on your own. Okay, I will tell you what the result is towards in parentheses. Okay, so give me a minute and I will do it. Okay, so I got 127. So this will be 2 times 127. Okay, so the final answer is 254. Okay, so that's the sum of the first 7 terms. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is this. I want you to take about 4 to 5 minutes, try example B. Please pause this video and try it, and then once you're done, watch my explanations and take notes. And if you do not understand, or if you are making some mistakes, try to understand what the mistakes are, and on Tuesday or Monday during Google Meet I can explain this. Okay, so please pause this video and do it. So, if you recall the formula, A sub n is equal to A sub 1 times R n minus 1. Okay? So, R is negative 3. You may be confused what A sub 1 is. Okay, think about in algebra 1, if I say x, you can always put 1 in front of it. So what's in front of the ratio? It's 1. There's no number, it means it's 1. Okay, and what's n? N is 7. Again, it's 7, just like previous example. So the formula for the sum of the first 7 terms is sub 7, and it will be, I'm going to copy the formula. So the formula was S sub n let me erase this. Okay, so the formula was S sub n is equal to A sub 1 parentheses 1 minus r to the n power over 1 minus r. Okay, so the sum of the first 7 terms would be 1, which is easy because anything times 1 is the same thing. 1 minus negative 3 to the 7th power over 1 minus negative 3. Okay, you gotta be a little careful here, okay? Because according to PEMDAS, first I do exponents. So first I do negative 3 to the 7th power, okay? So if you take your time and put in the calculator, okay, I will do this on my own. So I'll do 1 minus negative 3 to the 7th power, and then I'm going to divide it by 4. Why by 4? Because 1 minus negative 3 is 1 plus 3, which is 4. So that will be divided by 4. and times 1, it's same result. So my final answer is 547. Okay. Again, this is our last technically lesson. There's no quiz for this section. This is due on Wednesday morning. Any makeup work is due Wednesday 2 p.m. Okay, and please contact me if you have questions. I will have Google Meet with period 7 on Monday, and I will see period 8 on Tuesday. Okay, bye bye, have a good day, see you tomorrow or Tuesday.